We're back, and in this segment we have Brian Hemsworth from Newman Grace, and we have Web Anna Gonzalez, web journalist extraordinaire. In the next couple of segments, after this segment, they will be staying on the air with us, and then I will be having on the show At Working Moms, another very, very productive community group who I've only met on Twitter, and I'll be talking to them voice to voice for the first time. So I want to ask you both a question. How many people have you met through Twitter that you wouldn't have met if you weren't tweeting? And Brian, I'd like to pose that question to you first.
Well, a lot. There's a lot of people that I've now come into contact, and I have to say, personally, I've been much more active blogging in the last couple of months than I was prior to that, and I do see that there's sort of a pretty dramatic ramping up of activity, and I've found people that I would say are very aligned with what I do. A lot of marketing people, a lot of CEOs, a lot of people from the C-suite that I would typically consult with, that I've engaged in conversations with. And then there's a whole other world of people that I really wouldn't have been in touch with, people that have nothing to do with what I'm doing, but for one reason or another have interest and are following me, or that I've seen tweets on that I've begun following. So it's really a lot of different people that I've come into contact in a relatively short period of time.
Do you stay with any particular community group, or do you switch around? Have you been doing chats?
I haven't been doing as many chats. One of the things that I like to do is when I engage in a conversation with somebody, I will often drive that conversation somewhere else. For example, with you, you're close by, so I like driving that conversation to having coffee with you in the morning. With other people, it might be emails or a phone conference, or sometimes I actually did meet up with a woman who is in New York. I'm in Los Angeles. We struck up a professional friendship both on Twitter and LinkedIn, and she happened to be coming to Los Angeles, and her office in Los Angeles and mine are about 20 miles apart. We met 10 miles in between, and we actually may end up doing some business together as a result of that.
Now, a lot of people who have not gotten virtual yet don't understand that you really can generate business and make relationships. Anna, do you know any people who are not virtual yet in the people that you come into touch with day in and day out, or is everybody in your universe virtual?
Oh, no, I definitely come into contact with people who are like, Twitter, what's that? I don't even want to get on that bandwagon. Or, LinkedIn, why do I need to do that? So I definitely take it upon myself to be an evangelist, a brand evangelist for sites like, for social networking sites. And I try not to lay it on too heavy, but, just explain, what the benefits are and how you can connect with people. And what I really enjoy about Twitter is the ability that it's so anonymous. I mean, you have, my name is Web Anna, but, maybe I live in Texas, and a little bit about myself in 160 characters or less, and that's about it. So, we can engage in these conversations without being worried about, oh, no, are you going to see pictures of my dogs or my house or whatever? It's just that one picture. And then what I like about it also is if we do start these really great conversations, then, like he was saying, we could then go into LinkedIn, or then we can go into each other's Facebook page and start getting to know each other on a more personal level. So, I think, and even with my parents, I always give it the parent test. I love my mom and dad, but I'm like, okay, if I can explain this to them and they can get on board, then I think I can help convert everybody else.
No, it's true. Well, it's funny because with you, Web Anna, our relationship has progressed because we met in Twitter.
Right.
That was our initial point of contact. And I liked your tweets. I mean, that's why I wanted to invite you to come onto the show. I really liked what you were saying, and you have a lot of character in those 140 character limitations, and
Thank
you
you.
can tell that you're a personality. And then I saw that you asked me to be a friend on Facebook, and now this morning I saw that you asked me to be a friend on LinkedIn. So we're kind of spanning the platforms together. We have each other's email addresses. We could talk to each other on the phone, and we could talk about what kinds of collaborations we all can do together in the future. And, there hence is the